All right, guys, happy Saturday morning. Oh my gosh. So you're thinking about living in Costa Rica, maybe moving to Costa Rica, and you're like worried, I don't really know Spanish, Michael. Could I move there? And I don't know. Do I want to immerse myself in the culture? Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Is that a better experience of living in Costa Rica? We're going to be talking about all that, but basically based on what I do and my perspective, which will hopefully help you with your decision making, what you want to do. All that in a minute. Hey guys, I'm Michael Allen for TravelCostaRicaNow.com. TravelCostaRicaNow.com is a travel agency, so go to TravelCostaRicaNow.com. Fill out the 4-minute form. You'll be that much closer to vacation of a lifetime. We're like you, having best friends who live in Costa Rica, who know Costa Rica, totally hooking up your Costa Rica vacation. Hey man, please subscribe. Really helps. Really helps. Now to trick YouTube's little algorithms, you know, when they try to burn me a little bit, you got to hit that notification bell to see our latest video that we put up. Also, if you could like a video or even comment on a video, that helps with engagement, really helps us a lot too. And if you want to donate, that's always great. TravelCostaRicaNow.com. On the left-hand side, the little donate button to show appreciation through 13 years of videos and info. Oh my gosh. Okay, before we get into Spanish and immersion, hey man, thank you. We went over 35,000 subscribers. 35,000. Now that's in the YouTube world. I think you know that. I know that. That ain't really a lot, but in my world it is. 35,000 subscribers is, you know, tons of emails every day. That's all I know. So I just want to say thank you very much, those of you that subscribe. Now, I've done this video a couple times before in the last 13 years, and the reason I do these over again sometimes, you know, we get, I think this month, this past 28 days, we've gotten 600 new subscribers, and we average about 450 to 550 new subscribers every month. So that's why sometimes you guys have been watching a long time. You've heard some of this stuff before. I think I always throw a little bit curveballs in every, you know, even when I do a repeat, but anyway, I have talked about this before. Now, if I could just get all 35,000 subscribers to donate $1 each, maybe I could hire a secretary to answer these emails. Oh my God, that's a whole nother video. Anyway, we're talking about Spanish and immersion. So you're thinking about living here, but man, maybe you don't know Spanish. Maybe you're like, I don't know. Do I have to know Spanish? All right, so my story is legendary. Legendary. My Spanish sucks. It's legendary. Matter of fact, somebody commented, you know, we just made a video. It doesn't matter if you saw it. It was talking about cell phones and stuff. I said 3 different words in that. I said colones. I think I said colones. It's actually colones. I said movie star. It's actually movie star. And somebody called me out on it. I think it was you, Brian. Was that your name? I don't know. But anyway, I mispronounce Spanish all the time. Again, my Spanish is legendary, and I'm going to tell you why. Because a lot of people go, oh my God, Michael, you've lived in Costa Rica almost 17 years and you don't know the language? That is so disrespectful. Well, let me explain. I thought this was interesting. Okay, so I've had ear issues all my life. Matter of fact, I was just talking to my mom about my my hearing, and she goes, Michael, do you remember when you were young? And I actually remember part of this, but not all of it. She goes, you wouldn't answer me. I thought you were ignoring me, and I took you to the doctor, and he said the reason he's not answering you is because he doesn't hear you. He's deaf, and that's what he said. But he goes, but they cleaned my ears out. They got like a pint. I do remember that when they cleaned my ears. Thing about this big, just full of whatever I was collecting in there. And so I've always kind of had ear issues, and I've always heard words a little garbled, you know, always, and I still do. And so that creates a huge problem. Even when I know a million Spanish words. That's not a thing. I know a million Spanish words. My problem is not that. Some people can speak it better. Some people can understand it better, usually. One of like D'Angelo understands it better than he speaks it. He speaks it good, but he understands it better. I don't understand shit. So my problem is, even if I say something and it's right, I can't, I can't get into a conversation, man. I just can't get into a conversation. So I don't like to really speak it because it gives them like, oh, he knows a little bit of Spanish, so let me go blah, 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 blah. So now you know that thing where you say habla más despacio por favor. That means could you please speak more slow. Every time you say that, they go, oh yes, sí, está bien, no problema, yes, sí. 20 segundos más, blah, 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 blah. 20 seconds more, they're off blah blah blah, and again, and I get very frustrated. Learning Spanish has been a huge frustration for me, and I've in the 16 years I've lived here, I've watched novelas. I listen to a lot of I still listen to a lot of Latino music. I love it, but it just has never caught on. And a little bit of it, obviously it's better if you know another language. I think we can all agree with that, right? But I actually don't care that I don't know Spanish that well. I don't, I don't like small talk in any language, mine included. So I'm never going to really be able to have the conversation I want to anyway. So I'm almost better. Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? That's about as far as I'm going. In the gym every day, that's basically what I say. And you know what? I don't even say ¿cómo está? I think I've said this in other, to this day, 16, almost 17 years later, up at the gym, I say hola, and they say like hi or whatever, and I say how's it going in English. It's like a reaction. I always say it, no matter how much I want to say ¿cómo estás? Or ¿qué tal? Or something, I always say how's it going in English. So I don't really care that I don't really know Spanish that well. It's like anything. If I really, really, truly wanted to learn Spanish, I mean, the best way to learn Spanish is go somewhere and refuse to speak anything but. Get off the plane, use your translator, but don't speak your language, only speak Spanish, and you are going to learn it rather quickly. You're forced to it, you're looking up on translator, you might be doing charades, but you don't speak your language, only Spanish, you're going to learn it. That's the best way to learn it. If I went to some farm out in the middle of nowhere, Costa Rica, I probably could pick it up a little more, but again, I don't care. I'm not going to have the conversations I want in Spanish. And I just said I don't like small talk in any language. So I really don't care. Now, the only, in La Fortuna, it's a tourist town. So a lot of the local Ticos speak, some English here. So it's really not a big thing. And the only time I really, really need to know Spanish, and I will take a translator with me if I'm doing something legal, or like with a lawyer or something, and I have to, have to understand, because all lawyer papers are, if they're in Spanish, I want to make sure I understand. So, I'm going to have a translator. The banks sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, but even in the banks, somebody usually can speak English. And I know enough to get my point across, we'll say. My problem arises when they start talking back in Spanish. The other thing I would warn you against is, I had a Tico boyfriend, and he didn't, when I met him, he didn't know English, and this was early on. I didn't know Spanish, or this was a little bit after D'Angelo, so this was about 2010, 2011. I didn't know Spanish, he didn't know English. We ended up moving in with each other, and the problem is, well, the reason we broke up, one of us was a big whore, but the other reason was, the communication. You can't, how deep, if you really have to tell somebody how you feel about something, or you're having an argument or a discussion, it's really hard. Is he understanding what I'm really trying to say? Am I understanding what he's really trying to say? So I would caution you, if you're coming down here and you want to meet that girl of your dreams or whatever, and you're doing that route, you've really got to be careful on that stuff, because even if you know a little Spanish, things can get lost in translation. You think they said something and they meant something else, and you took it the wrong way, or vice versa. So with the Spanish, you can come down here and you don't actually have to know it. You don't. Again, obviously, if you know it, it's obviously better. But for those of you who go, Michael, you've lived in Costa Rica for 17 years. You should know the language. You're so disrespectful. You know what I got to say to you? You shouldn't also weigh 260 pounds either, should you? You know what to do, don't you? You know you should be eating right, don't you? You know maybe you should be exercising, right? So my point is, it's a frustration. It's my Achilles heel. It's a problem. I have big time problems, just like everyone's got their issues, no matter what it is that they have a hard time grappling with. And so when somebody gets all pissy with me that I should know Spanish, don't be a little overweight when you say it, because I'll come right back at you. Nice, but you know what I mean? So, but again, it's true. It's just a frustration. And unfortunately, if I cared more, I would do something about it, but I don't care that much. I don't care that much. Now, same thing with immersion. They say, oh, if you're going to go to Costa Rica, you want to immerse yourself in the culture. That's going to give you a better experience overall in Costa Rica. Okay, maybe to them, maybe to that person, maybe to you. I mean, hey, when they say immerse yourself in the culture, obviously they're talking about getting involved with locals, talking to the Ticos, going to church or whatever. That's what they're talking about with culture. I immerse myself in Costa Rica. I do not immerse myself in the culture. I don't. I have a kind of a hand's length away from locals. Those are my own reasons, but I have a hand's, back for most people. I don't need any more acquaintances. I have a million acquaintances. I know when a friend comes around, even if it was a Tico. I know when the chemistry is happening and I want to be more involved or something. But I've never really been that, I'm not out at the park dressing as Spider-Man and taking pictures with the kids like my friend did, which I thought was really nice. I'm not really volunteering. I give back to Costa Rica a different way. Maybe it's through these videos or maybe sharing other people's experiences. But I've never really immersed myself in the culture. I think it can create some problems, but again, it can create a lot of great experiences. I mean, I know a lot of people that do immerse themselves, and they love it. They meet a lot of cool people. They say they do things. It's just not what I do. I mean, I have a different, what I want to do. And yes, I love Costa Rica, and I love Costa Rica people. It's not even that. So no, I love the people here. But again, it's just what I do. I keep people at a little bit of a distance. I don't need people knocking at my door. Matter of fact, you knock at my door and I don't know you're knocking at my door, I'll be listening to music. I won't even open the door. Even if you know I'm there, I won't open the door. So the point of all this is yes, you can come down to Costa Rica, you can immerse yourself as much as you want, or not immerse yourself as little as you want. You can know Spanish. You may want to learn Spanish. A lot of you do. I know that. You want to get involved. You can do that. Or you can be a little bit like me, where it's a little bit difficult and you don't really care, and you don't really want to go that route. And everything between. That's the great thing about life. You get to do you, as long as you're not hurting anybody else, right? I would be interested, I love when you guys that live here, and there's a lot of you here that watch these videos, man. Tell us the comments. Say where, but go away. Michael said this, but I do it this way, and and it is fulfilling. So I like your guys' comments, whether you agree with me or not. You're helping the people that are thinking about maybe coming to Costa Rica. So please put your experiences in the comments. I love that. I know there's a million ways to live down here. I'm not the one. Don't follow me. Don't follow the way I do it. I think some people can relate to what I'm saying, but other people can't. Michael, you're missing out. You should be immersing yourself. Take some Spanish classes, bitch. I know. So I get it. So please leave your comments, man. It's really helpful. So anyway, that's my experience. I'm assuming in another 5 years, I still probably won't know Spanish that well because I just won't hear it. So anyway, but I'll still be here, hopefully. All right, guys, enjoy your Saturday. I'm Michael Allen, Travel Costa Rica NOW.com. Things are going to pop up. If you're thinking about living or traveling anywhere, always do your homework and research. And if it's Costa Rica, man, watch the OG's videos. Yeah.